Okay, hey there folks, so something arrived today. This is just a 23 tooth pinion mod 1 for my Arrma Kraton. So the Arrma Kraton had stock 12 tooth pinion and I upgraded it to 17 tooth pinion, and this time I'm gonna put this 23 tooth pinion. So this is the original pinion gear of the Arrma Kraton. This is 12 tooth pinion. This is the original pinion gear of the ZD Racing 9021 V3. This is a 13 tooth pinion. Then currently my Arrma Kraton is using this 17 tooth pinion. It's balanced power and speed. And the latest one is the 23 tooth pinion. This is a 30 tooth pinion that I used for my speed runs on my Arrma Limitless. So notice the differences in the size and also. So the 23 pinion is fitted in, and this is the first bolt here or screw. It can barely move. I cannot adjust it that much. So I assume that this is the maximum number of teeth this Arrma Kraton can have. So that's 23 tooth pinion with 50 tooths per differential gear. So that's the maximum combo, or the biggest gears that it could accommodate. So past that, you will need to modify this motor mount here. You need to grind it a bit to move it towards the side if you want to put 24 tooth pinion above. 23 tooth is just a sweet it's just the maximum get. So that's all. Okay, so here's the finished product of my speedrunner Arrma Kraton. So basically just remove the mud guards from here because they cause a lot of drag. It can slow down the car. And this one as well, the front bumper, I removed because it could cause not just drag but lift. So if we say lift, it could lift the car at high speed because of the air like passing by. Passing through all the under chassis because of this thing. So I just remove this. Notice it just lowered the front part of the car with the use of the droop screw. And basically there's just less drag in the front part than just the bumper. Just the nose of the car, but the rest are aerodynamic. And I expect a bit of lift here because of the acceleration and the ballooning of the tires. So that's a bit of lift like this, but it's not enough to totally flip the car at high speeds. So I also dialed the front shock ring all the way down to stiffen the front with suspension, so when I brake it won't scrape the front part. It's just like this. So what I did in back part, I dialed the ring all the way down, so it was from here earlier down to this, basically to stiffen this shock here so it won't sit or squat that much when I accelerate it. Look, so it's really hard to press now, obviously. So when the car squats, it could produce lift, so it will squat like this, not much during heavy acceleration. That also helps. So this is all I'm gonna try. I put additional 2 fans here to cool the motor because I expect the motor to be much hotter for having bigger pinion from 17 tooth to 23 tooth pinion. That's gonna put more stress on the motor. So this is my speedrun motor in ESC. So the Hobbywing 1650 and the Max6 on 8S, and I'm setting this so the low voltage cutoff, I'm gonna set it to disabled because I wanna get all the amperage I need for the speed running without shutting down. Then set. Then the BEC, I'm gonna set it to 7.4 volts for stronger fan and servo. The brake force just slow, I mean low, 37.5, so the car won't front flip when I brake it at high speed. Max reverse force is low. The start up or the punch, I set it to 5. Stronger acceleration. The drag brake, set it to 0, so the car won't flip at high speed. That's after the speed runs. So this is currently on 8S, and the front lowered front helped a lot for it to not lift during high speeds, and the front stiffened suspension, the stiffened rear suspension really helped a lot as well, because it won't squat that much on hard acceleration, although it could wheelie sometimes. But overall everything's fine, everything went well. I didn't crash, thankfully, and I avoided an accident when I was about to hit the center island. I could have pushed further. I mean, could have gone like 121, 124 kilometers an hour. Doesn't matter. I'm still satisfied with the results. At least proven that this Arrma Kraton can go as fast as 120 kilometers an hour, 74 miles an hour. So past 100 kilometers an hour, these tires will balloon, and the diameter will increase, will expand. So the surface touching the ground will only be just a bit part, not the tip of it or the pinpoint of it. So the less traction it could produce, and the more unstable it could get on the road. So more RPM, more ballooning, more unstable, more prone to accidents. So I guess that's the fastest I could go with this truggy, which is not really meant to be run at high speeds. It's not meant for speed runs, so I'm just showing you how fast it could get. but it's gonna be a big gamble, and there's gonna be a lot of risks. So this jockey is just for bashing. Do not speed run it unless you heavily modify it with belted tires, improved suspension, improved aerodynamics, and you can, but that's a lot of work to do. I'm merely showing here the stock, everything stock, except the electronics, which is, this thing did not come with electronics, so of course you have to provide it yourself. So that's all. Really satisfied with the 23 tooth pinion. So next will be, I will test the 23 tooth pinion on bashing and jumps just on 4S. I won't do it on 8S because 8S is not for bashing. It's gonna burn the motor. So 8S is only for speed runs for a few seconds, then cool the motor down. Okay, by the way, after the speed runs, after all those 8S abuse earlier, the motor did not really heat up. So I touched the motor and it was not hot at all. It's like it wasn't running. And also the ESC was not hot. Oh. So I'm here outside. It just stopped snowing and there's still frosts in the grass. I'm testing the capabilities of the Max6 combo, Max6 ESC and 1650 kV motor on 4S, but this time I put in 23 tooth pinion. That's a huge leap, and that should be able to add some stress to the power system. But temperatures around 1 degree so it should be fine. It does wheelie, so really strong power system. I'm trying to avoid the stones because, like, I've learned a lesson. The stone was stuck in my differential mount and it almost cracked my differential. So I mean the center differential. I'm not gonna run on the stones again. It's a beast on 4S, so if we put 6S in here, it's gonna be more crazy. Ripped off my light. It's not really effective for jump, so I actually ripped off the sticker plastic. This power system matched with the 23 tooth pinion is strong. I can correct the car mid-air easily, so there's less chance for me to flip when I land. I mean, when I land on the roof or land on one tire. So the weather is really raining now. Another correction, so I'm gonna attempt to do a flip. That was harsh landing. Do a double flip, just one flip. That marks the wing. So big chance that I've broken the wing. Really broke my wing. I just bent my wing here. I didn't break my wing. Just some benting and the screws messed up. Second jump.